Here we go. So this is the 15th, I guess, episode of the Brutally Honest podcast. It's me, Eric, joined by Rick.
Hey everybody, this is Rick.
And Jason, yes, Jason.
Yes, me. This is Jason, and you can follow me at Jason_TAS on Twitter. I got the plug-in.
And then we got Dylan.
Hey guys, it is Dylan. You can find me at Twitter on Dylan's Legos.
And finally, Nadia.
Hey guys, this is Nadia. It's great to be here again.
Good stuff, good stuff. So we got a pretty packed show because we missed a week due to personal things.
Stuff.
So we're going to get started.
Stuff.
Yeah, stuff and things. Thank Rick.
Oh, well, you
Not
stuff
Rick.
them.
The other Rick.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Wait, what did you ask? I'm sorry, you cut off.
I said stuff and things, and then I said thanks, Rick, but I was referring to the Walking Dead Rick, not you.
Oh,
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
right.
so as somebody who actually knows something about this trailer, start, Rick.
Yeah, I'll
This
go ahead
show
and
is
get
really
started
off
here.
on a great foot.
I'll go ahead and get started with their trailers. First up, we have Get Even. It looks pretty interesting. It's about a gentleman who is trapped in an insane asylum. And he kind of has to try to find his way out, I believe it is. And then there's all these crazy things. It kind of reminded me of BioShock.
That's great.
Yeah.
Is
and then
he
there's,
is he trying to get even?
Oh, he definitely is. And then there's this guy who like talks to him and is trying to convince him for something or other. I forgot, but it's by Bandai Namco Entertainment. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, and then the developer is Farm 51. So definitely check this out. It looks pretty good.
Cool.
Looks like a psychological thriller.
That sounds great. Is it first person or third person?
Yeah, first person.
By Bandai Namco.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Right?
Pretty cool. Very
Definitely
different for
check
them.
that one out. Yeah, I know, definitely. Next up, we've got Forgotten Anne. This one looks really cool as well. This is an indie title. Let me see who this is by real quick.
Somebody.
Throughline Games, and it looks really cool. It's about this woman who's trapped in the Forgotten Lands, and everything in the Forgotten Lands is everything that's been forgotten, items and trash and people's belongings and whatnot. And she has just kind of woke up there. She doesn't know how to get home, and there's this person who's kind of telling her how to do things, and she's protecting him while he does his work. And it looks really cool because it's a 2D platforming, and then it seamlessly like ties in some cinematic or animation cinematographics. So it looks really cool.
Nice.
Rick.
Yeah, you guys still there?
Okay. Yeah. I
All
wasn't
right.
sure either because I had to cough, so I muted my mic for a second, and then when I came back, there was nothing. I was like, "Uh-oh."
Okay.
All
Well, I
right.
hope you guys all heard me describe Forgotten Anne, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
yeah. I heard you.
All
Yes.
right.
And it sounds good.
Yeah, so go ahead and definitely check that one out as well. You can watch the trailer on the site right now. Next up, I believe we have Siberia 3,
Yes.
and this looks pretty good, pretty interesting. I'm not very familiar with the game itself. It's developers are Microids, Anamicloiton,
Something.
obviously some European or Russian
It's an adventure game.
developers.
Yeah,
it's an adventure
I'm.
game.
This is like this is kind of. I'm not really familiar with Siberia, but I know it's been around forever. Right?
Yeah, it's coming to it's also coming to PS4 and Xbox, not just PC.
Ah,
Cool.
Yeah, it looks kind of like a Tomb Raider-ish vibe, so it looks pretty cool.
that's
Definitely
cool.
check that out. Next up, we have Switch, and this is another indie game. This looks pretty interesting.
Oh, it's not.
I thought we were talking about the Switch.
No,
Wait,
so we're
what?
not. Oh,
I've totally prepared for the wrong thing.
Oh, for the Switch. I see what you guys are talking about.
Who would name their game at this time? The Switch.
could have been
Yeah,
named
you know what?
Wild.
I think that's the wrong name of it.
Oh.
Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find a game.
All right.
Oh, no.
Who's familiar with that Switch?
Oh, Nintendo Switch. No, not that Switch.
Not that
What,
Switch.
what other Switch?
Yeah, I don't think that's
You
right.
mean the light switch on my wall?
Whoops.
Eric, how excited are you for the Switch?
Very.
Yeah.
Too bad.
Oh.
I'm not going to get on launch
No?
because it's not a matter of not wanting it. It's a matter of not being able to afford it at the moment.
I get you.
But I want it.
Well, maybe you should just win the lottery.
Yeah.
It's a solid plan.
Maybe you should Uber and then just put that money aside for your Switch.
I
Listen,
hear
man.
you can make $5,000 in the first month. So.
Listen, man. If my truck allowed me to Uber, I would do it.
Just set up your own Uber app.
Yeah.
You can be
My car is
Uber
falling
with
apart.
an E. You can be Uber. Uber.
It's the Eric app.
Oh my god.
Be like, I'm not officially licensed, or do I have the required insurance? But I'd be happy to drive you around. All right. I'm sorry, guys. This is the wrong game, so that's on me there. I don't
That's
even know
okay.
what game this is.
We talked about the Switch for a few seconds. So.
There we go. Yeah. So we can use it in our tags.
Totally.
Next up is Greedfall, and it's by Spiders, and the developer is Spiders, and it's also by Techland is the publisher. I didn't see much about the game. Has anyone else watched the trailer? I don't know anything about the game other than the trailer.
You know, I really don't either, but I like Spiders. They're very ambitious. They did, I think they did Mars Warlogs, and what was the other one they did? There was another one too.
Technomancer.
There you go. And I mean, they they really go for it. You know, they're not like a real typical smaller studio, I don't think. So that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that. I want to see more on it.
Listen, guys, I don't know anything about this game, but there was a Nintendo Wii game announced at E3 in like 2008 or 2000, and you played as a spider, as a tarantula, and as a scorpion. Does anybody remember this game?
Yes.
What is it called?
I don't remember.
Scorpions
remember
versus
the game,
spiders.
I don't know what it was called, but you played as a spider and you had to fight the tarantula. It was great.
There actually
I think
was
I remember that game.
game that came out on mobile though that had you starring as a spider, and that actually did come out.
Well, I'll have to get it and play it with my tarantula.
You have a tarantula?
I do. His name's Pokemon Trainer Red.
Here it is. It's called Deadly Creatures.
Okay.
Oh, that's
I
it.
remember that game.
Yeah, that's rude because tarantulas aren't deadly at all.
That's true.
It's rude.
But they are creatures.
They are. They are indeed. Okay, guys, what's the point then?
Does anybody
didn't-
remember Nightmare Creatures?
No.
I don't think so.
It was, I think, Dreamcast. I think it came out on I think it was on PlayStation also. And
I do remember this.
it was
game.
like third-person action horror. It had like a real creepy vibe to it. The first one was good, if I remember correctly, and then there was another one that wasn't so great. But good game if anybody's looking for an older title to play.
Speaking
I remember
of
this game.
older
It was good.
spooky games.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Speaking of older spooky game, does anybody remember Pajama Sam?
No.
No.
No need to hide when it's dark outside?
Nah. No.
Wow. We're missing out, aren't we?
It sounds great.
Oh, it is. It was in the same category as like Putt Putt and
Sounds like fun.
Freddy Fish. And that dog on the
of
pogo
course.
stick.
Freddy Fitch.
The dog on the pogo stick.
It's-
Jesus.
Listen, folks, I think things are going off the rails. I'm not sure.
Oh boy.
Yeah, let's try to reel it back in.
Yeah,
Um,
with a little
Torment.
Numenera.
next up is Torment, Tides of Numenera.
Panera
For
bread.
some reason, yeah, that word just messes with me.
Tides of
this
Panera bread.
I love Panera Bread. Anyway, this game looks pretty cool. I've been following it around a lot lately because they've been just pumping out a lot of PR for it. It's a giant isometric. They call it a classic RPG.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it looks really cool. It looks really extensive. Like you could probably play for like 50 hours or 100 hours and still not find everything. In this story, there's a gentleman. It takes place 1 billion years in the future, and this guy is using these machines called the Numenera, and he develops a way to transfer his conscious into a new body or a new vessel, and then these cast-off vessels. Kind of keeps them around and uses them and whenever necessary, but they all have their own consciousness and all this stuff. And then the beginning of the game, you wake up as the last cast off. So it looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, it looks true. I'm looking at. I'm actually looking at the trailer right now. The graphics are really nice.
Yeah,
Is it,
definitely.
What view is it in?
Isometric.
Okay.
So it's like top down view.
Yeah.
Which I love. I don't think
Yeah.
enough games use that anymore.
I would have to agree with you.
I mean, it's great. You get a lot of detail in, and it's a really great view on things. You know, it shakes things up nicely from like the third person or first person that you usually get.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this looks great. I mean, this wasn't even on my radar, but it looks terrific.
Yeah, it wasn't really much on mine either because I thought it was going to be like a text-heavy adventure, but then I started watching a couple more videos and whatnot, and it just seems really cool.
Yeah, everybody needs to go check this out on BG. The trailer's up. Looks terrific.
Yeah, do it right now.
Coming out February 28th.
It's coming up soon.
Yeah. Wow. Right before the Switch launches.
It'll probably have a bigger launch title.
Uh-oh.
I'm sure they'll
I
have a
resent
bigger
you
launch
saying that.
numbers. What?
I said I resent you for saying that. Then I grunted.
Okay, gotcha.
So
All
there's
right,
that.
next up is the Pokemon Go Valentine's Day special.
What the hell is this?
Oh,
So started
So-
on what was it? Started Tuesday, I think it was.
Tuesday or
And it's
Wednesday.
Tuesday or Wednesday, and it's going through. I'm trying to find the dates for you guys here. It goes through next week sometime, maybe Wednesday or something, and you get double candy for every Pokemon you catch and turn in.
Are you guys
And
still
you
playing?
Wait,
You
what?
also can catch cute Pokemon more often.
Oh yeah, they're
Good.
all red. Yeah, it goes till next Wednesday.
Yep.
So
So are you guys still playing this game?
Yes.
yeah,
Like
not
actively?
as like maybe not actively, but I'll pick it up
Well,
once
yeah.
Like once
or
in a
twice
while.
a day.
All right.
So.
I
I mean,
can't say I am. But
like, what is Pokemon Go anymore?
it's like a mobile game.
Yes.
I think I
don't know.
got that far.
Okay.
I still enjoy it. Yeah. With the odd. I still enjoy it. I think I play mostly when these special events come around. Like that's when I'll put it up and I'll play. And I think
I'm
they
sure
know
most
that.
people do. Yeah.
And I've dropped $10, I think, to get incubators. So
Wow.
Dang.
I mean that's over
Eric.
the year that the game's been out. So
By the way, I think Super Mario Run is still running that. No pun intended. Is still running that gimmick now, where they have the golden Goombas in different levels, and
Ooh.
if you collect enough to fill your stamp card, you can get a golden Goomba statue for your kingdom.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yes, I have one. Because for some reason I can't stop playing this stupid thing.
Oh man.
And
That sounds like the episode of Family Guy when Peter gets that golden picture of himself. Then the apocalypse happens.
But
Oh
I'm
my
not
God.
a Goomba.
I know you're not a Goomba, but
All right, thank you.
it makes me think of it.
Although the image of a small mushroom man sitting here with headphones on and talking to you guys is really great.
That'd be great if you had a big giant Goomba statue in your front yard.
Yes, it would. I have a small stuffed Goomba.
Mm.
Yes. He's
There we
playing.
Is that Goomba enough?
I don't really know, so I just put it out there.
Hey guys, does anybody still play Rocket League other than me?
Yeah, I do.
Wait, do you really, Rick?
Yeah, I really do. I love Rocket League.
Oh my
Is
gosh, I should get it on Xbox and we can play together.
If you want to get dominated.
Oh!
Oh!
Rick, that's rude. I want it to be on your team.
You have to earn the right to be on my team.
Oh, man.
Wow.
No, I'll
Sounds
play.
good.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I like Rocket League.
I just platinumed the game and then stopped playing it.
Did
Oh my
you?
gosh, I'm
Yeah.
in love with
That's
Rocket
something
League.
else.
Dude, it's so good.
Is Rocket League one of the only games where I've consistently bought almost all of the DLC that comes out? I missed
Jesus.
like
Really?
the first 2 years.
Wow.
Well, you know, I got it for free on PlayStation Plus.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well,
So I wanna
if
support
anybody
them.
doesn't know why we're talking about Rocket League, it's because Hot Wheels Cars is coming to Rocket League,
yeah, that sounds awesome.
and
Yeah, I saw the trailer for that.
we should have actually expected this. I should have realized this further on before they announced it. I was like, that would make sense. It would have made sense for them to do this.
It's really neat. I played with Hot
What-
Wheels a lot as a kid, so I'm excited for this.
Yeah, me too. What cars are coming? Like, what are they doing?
It's
Well-
probably just most of the more stylish cars they have. They have like a purple one with like a skull on it. I don't really know what the names of the cars, but I remember playing on my PlayStation 1 the Hot Wheels games on my PlayStation 1. If
Yeah.
any of you guys remember
Yeah, that was a
that.
good game. Those were good games.
Yeah.
What were they? Were they like tabletop racers?
No, well,
Oh, like
there was a few, but there were some that was like actual like destination ones.
Oh,
It
wow.
was like an actual racing game.
No, I don't think.
All right, guys. The Twin Mill 3 and the Bone Shaker are coming to Rocket League.
Oh my God.
They're going to be $1.99 each.
I think the Bone Shaker is the purple one.
Yeah, the one with the skull.
Yeah.
Rocket League's not on Nintendo, is it?
No.
No.
You? No. Because that would have been great because they could have done the Nintendo cars from Matchbox.
Oh yeah.
It used to be only on PlayStation. Then they decided to make more money.
Damn.
And it's working.
I think it would be almost crazy if it's not on the Switch at some point.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
sounds it.
Do we know Switch? This is important. Do we know if this Switch has analog or digital triggers?
You know what? I don't know.
Because if it has analog, which is what most modern controllers use, where there's degrees of pressure,
Did the Wii U have digital or analog?
has digital. It's just a button.
Okay.
But if the Switch has analog, I can't imagine Rocket League not coming to the Switch in the future.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
you know, I don't know about the hardware, so
Well, I would think that it would, but it's Nintendo, so
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I would buy it again. I would buy the game again. I don't care.
Would you?
It's
well, I think a lot of people would. I mean, and I think if you buy a Nintendo console, you are prepared to buy games that you bought before. So,
Hey, stop describing me on this podcast.
you're not alone, man. I have like Super Mario 3 on every console known to man.
My God.
I think I own BioShock 1 the most, though.
Do you?
Yeah.
Great game.
I have it on
Oh,
the
yeah.
Xbox 360, the PlayStation, twice on the PlayStation 3, the PS4. I think that's it, actually.
I just have it on the PC and
Oh, and PC. Twice.
Xbox. Yeah.
I haven't yet on the 360.
So, there we go.
That's your
Okay.
BioShock report for this week.
But
Dylan,
Yes.
we're a little late on this. What games are we getting in PlayStation Plus?
Well, not really late. It just started this Tuesday, but
All right.
so we're coming up with Little Big Planet 3
Oh,
for PS4, which is pretty nice because it's finally a big AAA game. Even though it's kind of old, I still have it and I play it occasionally. It's still a big AAA game, and at least they're starting to bring out older AAA games that came out in the past. So if they keep bringing out these older AAA games, people shouldn't cry anymore.
Okay.
no crying.
And then we have Not a Hero, which is, let's see, Not a Hero, in the best of terms possible, is a retro-style 2D action platformer set in the future where your character is absolutely not a hero. From any stretch of the imagination, you, aka Steve, must clean up the crime in the city demanded by the rabbit. There's a rabbit like mayor of the city, and
Makes sense.
his name is Bunny Lord.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you have to follow his rules and
No. Sorry.
kill a bunch of people.
I said, oh yeah, because Jay said, look up Bunny Lord on the internet. Once you see him, you will not be able to ever unsee him. He's just burned in your mind. Bunny
Wait, will
Lord
I
is
see, like-
everywhere.
Will I also see like really horrible things if I type in Bunny Lord?
No, he looks
Okay.
cool. He just has a bunny and like
Oh
a
my
suit.
God.
He wears a suit. they gave him a 2D skateboarding game after this game.
Jesus.
Yeah, why not?
And this is coming on. This is only on PS4. And then next up we have Star Wall. It's PS3 cross-buy with PS4.
That was
So
intro.
if you like so if you like playing with narwhals and killing each other and it's narwhals. It's narwhals. Coming to PS3 is Snarwhal, the only local multiplayer space narwhal fighting game you ever heard of. As they say, upgrade your existence. That's what they say. The second, yeah, that's Star Wars. And they do a lot of
narwhals.
they do a lot of people do a local Twitch stream. It's very popular in Twitch.
Wow.
But yeah, PS3 cross-buy with PS4. And the next one up is I'm actually pretty excited for. It's the second game coming up is Anna, is a supernatural first-person puzzle game that is sure to keep your mind and heart racing as Anna is always watching. So it's a first-person. You're going in to evade this house, and there's this psychological. It's like a horror. It's a first-person puzzle horror game. So
there's a lot going on there.
Yeah, it's very. You gotta just go watch the trailer. It's very mysterious, and Anna is the girl that's not. She's not there, but you have a sense that.
But
she's
she
not,
is. Dun, dun, dun.
And that is the extended edition on PS3 only. Next two we have Ninja Sekai DX, PS Vita, cross-buy with PS4. It adds an old school platformer where you play as a ninja on a quest for revenge.
Wow.
And yeah, it's 2D platformer.
It's very original.
Yeah, I think it's like
I've never
12.
heard that before.
I think it's like 12. I think it's like 12 quests in the entire game. Luckily, when I found out, it's not a Infinity Runner game, which is good. I would have not played it if it was that.
No.
And then they have this weird puzzle game. It's called Torquil Torquil. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. PS Vita cross-buy with PS4, and so is Ninja PS Vita cross-buy with PS4. Torque Wheel is a different take on a puzzle action platformer genre where you solve the puzzles, you must roll and extend yourself.
What?
So you're like a puzzle piece and you got to roll around to solve the puzzle, and you get to extend a part of your body to. Yeah, it's weird.
That sounds kind of cool, actually.
It's
like
weird.
It's like a live action Tetris.
Anyway, the full article is online at brutalgamer.com. PlayStation Plus free games lineup for
Boss.
February 2017.
Nice.
Boom.
Some actual stuff I'm kind of want to pick up.
Yeah, solid rundown.
Well, what else we got?
Full on beta.
Excellent. It's time.
Excellent.
else we got.
Excellent.
So, it seems to me like I'm the only one here who played the For Honor beta.
Well, I played the closed beta some.
Oh, well then you can talk about it.
I guess so.
I played it for an entire match. One match. So yeah, so what you do is you pick to fight for either the samurai, not the ninjas, that's silly. Samurai, the Vikings, or the knights, and you fight. You can pick your character, and everybody has a different moveset. And it's fighting with your army to take over different points. That's what points. And yeah, that's basically it. The whole thing is contingent upon a smooth fighting system that feels good. And from what I played, it does feel good, but it's going to take time to learn and to practice, which is something that I don't know if I can invest in right now. What about you?
Is there enough to it? Like, do you think there's enough to the game?
Well, here's what I mean.
There's definitely a lot of stuff to look at.
Yeah.
Right. And you can unlock cosmetic changes and gear and whatever. There's all that stuff.
Blah, blah, blah.
Right. So, if anybody's ever played Helldivers, has anybody here played Helldivers?
Yeah, I played that. It's fun.
Dylan, you're not the person I'm trying to explain things. You played For Honor.
God.
No, I'm kidding, Dylan. But no, for real. So in Helldivers, there are ongoing campaigns that everyone who's playing the game is working towards. Everybody who boots the game up, be it on PC, on PS4, on Xbox, whatever, you're making progress towards a goal. It's similar in For Honor in that the factions are constantly fighting against each other, broken up into rounds and seasons. And you get, goodies based on how well you do at the end of the season. Seasons are 10 weeks long. So is there enough to do in this game? I guess it depends on how into the theme you are. This is a game where if I had unlimited time, I'd probably be picking it up, even if it is only multiplayer. Because if you're trying to play a game like this, single player, you're probably going to be playing Dark Souls, you're probably going to be playing Nioh, or Neo, or however it's pronounced. But multiplayer, it feels good from what I've tried. You know what it feels like? It feels almost like Bushido Blade.
Oh, okay.
Now, it's not the same where if you get hit in your arm, you lose your arm. It's not like that. But I mean, the fluidness of how the combat works, it feels similar to that.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
So, yeah, I played one match. I'm going to be spending more time with it after we're done here. But I think it's good. if you're into that kind of thing. What do you think?
A ringing endorsement, folks.
I mean, if you're a high school kid who thinks Vikings are cool, right, and you got tons of time, you'll probably enjoy For Honor.
I'm not going to out of those three things.
Or really giant samurai guys.
Right, samurais or knights or whatever. My point is that if you have time to spend learning this, like a MOBA, and you have people you're going to play with, great.
Yeah, if you're a teenager in high school, learn this instead.
No, I'm serious. I mean, if you have free time and you want to play a new multiplayer game that you can play with friends, this is it.
Yeah. Is it? Is it? Are we sure? Are we sure it's going to have a story?
I didn't see anything about a story at all about single player. The only thing I saw was against AI. I could be wrong. I didn't spend too much time with it, like I said.
All
Anyway,
right.
what do you think, Dylan? How do you feel about it?
It's definitely interesting and very nice to look at. There's a lot of stuff to look. There's a lot. It's graphically, it's really nice. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. I agree with you there.
Yeah, and the fighting mechanics are really nice, slow. You gotta take your time. You gotta watch your opponent, because you make the wrong move, you can end up dead.
Their head chopped off.
But basically, yeah, it's interesting. I'm just worried about it because it might get bored.
Right.
Yeah,
But the
I
thing
don't
with
generally
me
play
is-
these kind of games for that reason.
Another thing I could compare it to is Star Wars Battlefront, but in Battlefront 2 Galactic Conquest, because the way the fronts move around between rounds, different maps are going to be controlled by different factions. The fronts move around. So depending on how well your faction does, you could take over. Say you're fighting for the Vikings, you could take over land from the Knights, and the next time you play, you're fighting on a different spot. So that's kind of neat. But yeah, it could get boring. I can see that happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it kind of strikes me as there's one of those things that there's just not enough to like hold me. Plus, multiplayer only things for me just I have very very little interest. So, I mean, there's that. So I'm a little biased against it rather.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
Anybody else have any questions? We can answer anything you guys have, and Dylan can too, I'm sure. All right, good stuff.
I do
yeah,
not.
I think we're good. I think we're good.
All right. So what does this PlayStation update do?
All right.
For one
All
update.
All right, gather
Oh,
around.
is this your
Gather.
expertise?
Yes, gather around. So this is something I'm extremely excited for. So the major thing they're adding in these PS4 4.5 update is external HDD support.
That is great.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty
And
good.
it's compatible up to 8 terabytes, which is actually kind of nice. Yeah, it's pretty big. You just have to plug it in with USB 3.0 into your PS4, and voila, it's set up. But it only can for right now. I think you can only have one external hard drive. But if you have an 8 terabyte, I don't think you have to worry about having another one.
Yeah. How did the PS4 not have this already?
I have a 1 terabyte
Because
external hard drive.
it wasn't compatible in its system yet.
Yeah, it just makes no sense. It sounds like something should have been there. It's good. I'm not complaining.
But yeah, now you have two options though. But yeah, now you have two options. You can have like a 8 terabyte in your PS4, and you have an 8 terabyte out of your PS4. I don't know why you need 16 terabytes though.
Well, you never know.
Yeah. All right, custom wallpapers is finally here.
My god!
Yeah, freaking came. The PS Vita has it. The freaking PSP has it. The freaking PS3 has it, and now it's finally on the PS4. I don't know why they waited so long for this, though.
Yeah,
you can pick. You have different drop shadows on text. You can change up the function area. Will help keep the system icons and text on the home screen clearly visible, and even in the background you selected in your even if it is super bright. So you can customize your icons too. You can also edit screenshots using photo mode in the Share Factory to make your one and only custom wallpaper, which is kind of nice. I'm not sure if you can customize the pictures of the icons.
that'd be cool.
But that is something, because PS3 you could do that. People made a lot of different themes for the PS3, and they could change the icons, which was interesting. Next up, they're improving the quick menu refresh. So they'll be enhancing the quick menu they just previously added in the latest update that wasn't a system stability update. This update brings additional improvements to make it even more accessible. Now the quick menu will cover even less of your gameplay screen, and you'll be able to access handy party features via online friends, like creating new parties, inviting friends, and joining parties without transferring to the separate party app. The goal is to keep you in the game and not stuck in the menus. So they didn't have these features before. You actually had to go to the party app, invite somebody, but from the quick menu app, you could disable the party, which was kind of weird. I don't know why they only did it halfway, but now they're going 100%. Next up, they are also simplifying the notification list. So most people have like thousands of notifications in their notification list, and you can delete them, but you only can delete them one by one. But now they're categorizing it, making it much easier, and keeping the ones you don't need, and they're getting rid of those. You can also quickly access notification settings from options menu to turn off or customize which pop-up notifications area on your screen, so you're only being notified about your top priorities. So if you don't need to know about everything in the world that's happening on your PS4, you can always only pick what you want to get notified for. I think no wait, hold on, there's two more, I think. So 3D Blu-rays are coming to PlayStation VR, which was interesting. If you're a fan of 3D movies and you own PlayStation VR, you're in good news. This update adds the ability to view 3D movies in stereoscopic 3D directly in your PS3 VR headset, which was that's very
That's
interesting.
pretty cool.
Yeah. So, Jason, you have any 3D movies?
I have one. It's a combo pack of the original Amazing Spider-Man movie.
Wow, that's going to look pretty nice then.
Well, there you go. I will watch that whenever this becomes available.
Oh, and there's the activity feed on the PlayStation 4. I don't know if anybody ever goes to that, but
No.
they're making it more. They're trying to make it a very more sociable place. They're trying to make it the wall of Facebook, basically, and they're trying to. They're making it more easier to post directly from apps anywhere to the activity feed. So if you want to talk about something, you can post an activity feed and write something about it. And it will also keep posting when you do live streams or when you upload to PSN or do a public activity in like a game or something. It will automatically, or you can upload it to yourself and talk about it with friends and stuff. And you can do triumphs and stuff.
Okay.
So it's just making the activity feed more sociable. But
yeah, they're trying another push for that, huh?
Yeah, they keep pushing with that.
Yeah.
They already have 3 apps out. They have the PlayStation app, then they have the PlayStation Message app, and they just came out the PlayStation Communities app.
Let's not forget PlayStation Home, which
PlayStation Home was
generation was a huge hit. So
hey, I played it on actually.
okay.
I actually did, and I got a whole bunch of free games out of it.
Oh my god, you did?
Yeah, it was something I missed. There's a lot of YouTube videos about it. Lots of people were upset about it. But
Who are these
anyway,
people?
no, there's tons of people that bought like every single apartment they ever came out with.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And they did tours of it. They did tours of it and stuff.
Like cribs.
Yeah. But anyway, that is it. And it's this 4.0 update, 4.5 update is definitely going to add more stuff that we are not going to know about until we dive into the PS4, because PlayStation always does that. So I'm not sure when this comes out though. Maybe next Tuesday.
At some point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
New releases. Let's go.
Here we go. New releases. Fallout Shelter. Sure, Fallout Shelter.
Why not?
I've never played this on the phone.
Really?
I tried, thought it was dumb.
Okay.
So, it's like, is this
I
great?
guess
that
it's not a new release. It's just coming out for the consoles. So
Yeah.
It's the same game, right?
yeah.
Yeah, it's the same game, just coming out for consoles. Does it have any connection to the actual game?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Other than
I
the
think you
theme.
can get like special characters and stuff, but that's it. Like characters that
Preston
are in the
Garvey.
game. Yeah,
Yeah.
clear
Because I know like a lot of PlayStation-based games, like you do something you play something in the app, and you get something free in the game.
Yeah, I don't think so though.
I don't think that.
Yeah, PlayStation. There's a whole bunch of PlayStation games on Android and Apple. Like you look up PlayStation on Apple, there's a ton of PlayStation games they have on the Apple, on iPad and iPhone, and you play some of the game, and you can win rewards on the actual game. On the
I know that
PS4.
was the case. Like Knack had a game like that and stuff.
Yeah,
You know, I
Knack-
actually played that mobile game.
You
Yeah.
did?
Yeah, actually was kind of fun. I mean, it's not going to hold your attention for that long, but it was kind of fun. I did not, however, play the actual game of Knack.
Oh, and if you guys are getting Little Big Planet 3 on the PS4 from PlayStation Plus, there's 3 exclusive characters you can only get from playing the app they have,
Whoa.
which is actually Sackboy running from the vacuum cleaner from the first Little Big Planet 2 game.
The first Little Big Planet 2?
I mean the second Little Big Planet 2 game.
Alright, what's Final Fantasy Mobius? I've never played this. Never heard of it. What is this? Does anybody know?
It's a
I
thing.
haven't either.
I haven't heard of it.
It's a thing, and there's like a thing, and there's stuff.
It's another Final
I like it. I like it.
I like it. Sounds like every
Yeah.
other game.
Yeah, you know, there's like stuff, and it's crazy.
All right. So
Things in it. You have to solve puzzles.
okay, let's find out. Mobius Final Fantasy is an episodic role-playing video game developed and published by Square Enix. Wow, for iOS.
Yes, that I know.
It has.
Ooh.
It's getting. It has above 4 out of 5 on both Google Play and iTunes Apple. So people are
10
tending to
million
like it.
players worldwide.
Wow.
So
They
there
have
you go.
They have a couple Final Fantasy games on
Yes, they do.
on
Just a
the
couple.
Apple.
Like 100.
Yeah.
No, on Apple.
Yeah, I know. There's
Final
a lot of them
Fantasy.
on there.
Going to the grocery store.
And there's also a lot of really disappointing Mega Man ports. So there's a lot of things to play or not play.
But Square Enix has been pretty good with the Go series they've been doing,
That's true. Yeah.
which is I like the Go series.
I
I never played any of them.
I haven't either. Yeah.
But next up,
Right.
Jason's Comic Rack.
No. We have to talk about Fire Emblem.
Yep.
Okay.
Righto.
Nadia,
Oh, do it.
you spent some time with it.
Yes.
What do you think?
I actually really like it. It's very addictive. My first time actually playing it was when my friend came over last weekend, and she was just showing me how things work and whatnot. And it was just very it was very addictive, and I liked the visual presentation. The one thing that I didn't like was the opening theme where you're waiting for it to load. I did not like the theme song, so but I do like the fact that some of it's voice acted as well with the people that you probably are familiar with. So it's quite cool to see voice acting in a mobile video game. And I've been very unlucky with when you have to summon new heroes. I keep getting 1 star, 3 star, 2 star, and I kept getting that in a couple of times in a row. So it was pretty unlucky for me, but I think you were very lucky, Eric. So
Yeah, I got 3 5-star characters, which only have a 3% chance of dropping. If
Ugh.
it's gonna happen. So
You
since
are the minority.
I'm very lucky. But I mean, going off what Nadia said, I'm really enjoying it. It's watered down, Fire Emblem. So if
Okay.
you like Fire Emblem, you're gonna like this. It's not as complicated. The screen is, I think it's like 6 by 15 or something. Whatever the phone screen is. That's how many squares there are. So it's like playing skirmishes for entire maps. But I've been playing
Fun.
every single day. I use all my energy. I'm really enjoying it. And
And also too, what I told my friend was it'll tide me over until the release of Fire Emblem Shadows of Valentia or something like that. I forgot the name. Forgive me, but it looks pretty. It looks like a pretty good game for the 3DS. So I'm hoping that my expectations are met because I'm a Final Fantasy. Oh my goodness, Fire Emblem fan. So I hope it holds up and it looks pretty good. And this mobile game that we're playing now will tide me over till about May or so. So it's really I'm looking forward to it pretty much. The other
right, yeah, no, me as well.
yeah.
So good stuff.
Cool.
All right, Jason, take us to your comic rack.
Take us away.
All right, guys. Let's chat about some comic books because actually, let's stretch this out because there are not a lot of comic books to chat about. So this week there were a few interesting things. The first thing is Marvel is launching a new Luke Cage book, and I think everybody probably should have seen this coming because Marvel does tend to follow the trend of its live-action series and movies. Start releasing comics and kind of reformatting characters in their comic book universe. In this case, I think this is pretty cool because Luke Cage hasn't had a book for a little while, and he's a pretty cool character. I mean, when you really think about it, so he's got a lot going on, super strength, and basically nigh invulnerability. It's a New York book. Although I shouldn't say that, it's a New York character, which is very typical for Marvel. But this new series actually takes place in New Orleans, which is very different from Marvel. So it's kind of a new setting, and I've got some pretty high hopes for it. So look for that. That's coming up pretty soon. After that, we have something a little bit interesting with Scooby-Doo Apocalypse.
Oh,
I saw that.
Yep. Does anybody know anything about Scooby-Doo Apocalypse?
No.
No,
Yeah.
but I saw the article you wrote.
Yeah.
I was like, what the heck is this?
It doesn't. Now this is. It doesn't have. Okay. So everybody I think should know if you follow comic books that DC has access to the Hanna-Barbera stable of characters. So one of their first books, aside from the Flintstones, which I also have not read, but it looks pretty funny, is Scooby-Doo Apocalypse. And basically what they did with this was they kind of reimagined the Scooby-Doo cast. It's the same cast, but they kind of reimagined them as kind of like I don't know, like a high-tech, almost superhero squad attacking monsters and stuff like that. I mean, it's really bizarre. And if you take a look at the header image on the article that went up this week on BG, you'll see like exactly what I mean. Like they're outfitted with like high-tech headsets and huge guns, and Shaggy is like a super hipster with like a long beard and curly mustache, and it's really funny. I don't know a ton about the book, but the first volume is out now. It just hit as a part of their Rebirth series of graphic novels. It is not a part of the DC universe proper, so it's a part of the new volley of graphic novels. But this isn't like you're not going to see Scooby fighting alongside Batman and Superman. So just keep that in mind.
It appears Scooby has like a cyber eye too.
Yes. It's kind of like it's so weird, and like Fred is like jacked. He's like huge.
Yeah, I see that.
It's really crazy looking. So that's definitely something to check out though if you're a fan, because it's going to be really different. Then the other thing is
Oh,
the other new graphic novel that hit alongside that is the first volume of Detective Comics, which of course picks up the numbering from the old Detective Comics before the New 52 initiative even began. So it's up to like number 900 something. I forget what it is now, 950 something, I think. And so that repicks that up again. So it's kind of like DC, kicking it back to when they had these super long running series, which I love seeing. And I just love that. I mean, picking up a new book that's fresh from the publisher and seeing like number 900 something, number 800 something. I think that's awesome. And in this day and age when everybody, including DC, keeps rebooting series over and over and over again with fresh number ones, I think this is very cool. So this is a part of that, but it is very different from the old Detective Comics because it has a team based story. So it's Batman, yes, but then it's also Robin, Batwoman, spoiler, Orphan, who is the older Batgirl character, rebooted into a new kind of ninja type character, and Clayface, who is a superhero now, sort of. And it's just like a strange kind of mix. It's good, but it's not the it's not the Batman stuff that I'm usually into. I like the more loner stuff, or even like Batman and Robin is fine with me. But team-based stuff outside of Justice League is not really my thing. It is a good book though, so if you do like Batman, check it out. Also this week we had a review of Sinestro's Law, which is the first Green Lantern story arc from Rebirth, which was just released in graphic novel form. So this stars Hal Jordan again as a full-fledged Green Lantern. He's not on the run anymore like he was in the last part of the New 52 story. And it kind of brings Green Lantern back to basics and sets him against Sinestro, who is now the preeminent power in the galaxy. The Sinestro Corps and all that. It's pretty cool. I like what they're doing with Green Lantern. So check that out, and make sure you check out our review, which Mac posted up this week. And he also posted up a review of Green Lanterns, which is another book which stars a pair of rookie Green Lanterns from Earth, which is also very good. I really recommend that one. So that's new. And also, I just wanted to also mention that back on that Hanna-Barbera tract, DC is launching Snagglepuss and a bunch of other classic Hanna-Barbera characters in sounds like it's going to be backup stories in some books coming up. And this is in the same vein as kind of the Flintstones and Scooby-Doo, in that it's going to be more of a mature kind of a thing. So not really, more mature humor in there, and not really aimed totally at kids. So that should be interesting as well.
Nice.
I'd read a serious Flintstones.
It's like it's got the same, from what I've seen of it, it's got the same flavor as the original cartoon show. Like, it's not super like kiddie humor, like adults will get things in it. You know what I mean? And I don't know, it kind of feels that way, but it's interesting. Interesting what they're doing with these properties.
Sounds cool. I like it.
Yeah. Oh, I should also mention the Terminator board game. This isn't strictly comic book related because, of course, Terminator movies. But if you like the Terminator, the board game is going up on Kickstarter at the end of this month from Space Goat, who also does the Evil Dead 2 board game. And they've got a lot of really cool stuff cooking. So make sure you check that out also. There's an article up on BG where you can check out some 3D modeling of what the playing pieces will look like. And it's really pretty neat looking. So there's that.
So after that, we have a few more new items.
Rick, you know what? Rick actually just reminded me we should talk about Star Wars.
Oh, sure. Yep.
So I assume almost everyone is a Star Wars fan.
Wait, what's Star
And
Wars?
yes. Okay. And Marvel has a new 5-part crossover coming up called Screaming Citadel. which is a really bizarre name for a Star Wars story, but it does sound pretty cool. It matches up the original trilogy characters with Dr. Aphra, who starred in the Darth Vader series that concluded a couple of months ago. And so she's kind of a new character. It's sort of based on an Indiana Jonesy kind of a vibe, where she's an archaeologist, but in the Star Wars universe. So it's and she's not all that good either. She's kind of a bad guy. So you've got her. You've got the classic Star Wars. Yeah, right. I mean,
she's definitely a bad guy.
She's not as bad as Darth Vader, but.
I don't know, dude. I think she's pretty ruthless. I don't think she just doesn't kill to kill, but she'll be like, if she deems it necessary, she'll do it.
That's true.
With like no hesitation.
True. That's That's true. That's a good point.
I think she's pretty brutal. Yeah, I like her. I think she's pretty cool in the addition.
I was gonna say I think
she's like the exact opposite of Ahsoka, so it's kind of cool.
Right. Yeah. You know what? That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this matches her up with Luke Skywalker, basically. Although the other characters are in it, so you'll have like Han Solo and stuff like that. And this crosses over into the solo Dr. Aphra book, the Star Wars book, and then there is a one-shot Star Wars: The Screaming Citadel, which starts it all off. And that looks pretty cool too. You can check out some covers of that we've got up on BG.
Yeah, awesome. So other than that, we have a couple new news items to talk about. Just reaction things, I guess. Dylan, I think you might be the most upset about this one. So you want to tell us about GameStop?
I wouldn't say I'm the most upset. It's not like they're so let me tell you basically what's going on if you haven't heard already. GameStop is basically telling their employees to lie to their customers about what their when their membership expires and if they don't have games or not available, because they want to sell their used games, because that's where they make like all their money from, is selling used games and pre-owns and memberships, and because they don't actually make a lot of money selling the new games, because a big chunk of that actually goes to the developers of the games so they can keep making games for us. So if we don't it's hard. If we don't continue to buy their games, new games, it's hard for the developers to keep making games for us. But anyway, yeah, GameStop is lying to their customers. Keep in mind, this is not every single customer in the world is lying. Every single GameStop customer in the world is lying to you, but they're really forcing it, and they might fire the employee if they refuse not to
really
do
what they say. Yeah.
Well,
there's a little more to it than that, Dylan. So here,
there's definitely more
backstory to it. There's this thing called the Circle of Life cycle or cycle. There's some kind of weird sales cycle that they have to have.
Yeah.
And inside that sales cycle, it's best described as this way: you have a quota. It's $1,000 in sales that you need to meet. Of that $1,000, 30% of it needs to be used games. So you need to sell $300 worth of used games. This program has been around for more than a decade. They just haven't really been enforcing it recently. And if you don't meet those numbers, even if you hit $2,500 and you only hit, $100 of used games, it doesn't matter, because you didn't meet that 30% of meeting the used game sales. So you can either get written up, you can get fired. So it's just been a little bit of a culture shock to some people. Yeah. And and some managers in GameStop's not telling their employees to be fraudulent and tell these people to lie or whatnot. Some people have just been reporting that some GameStop employees have been using whatever measures they can to get those numbers.
That was my question.
To make that quota.
Yeah. So, that could be, I could come in, I could call the store and I'd be like, hey, do you have For Honor brand new? I love this game. and then I could get there and Eric buys the last copy, or there's too many there, there's some other ones there, and or no, I wanted to use copy or the new one. Yeah, so I come in and it just, they say that they don't have one, or they say that they have the next version up, like the gold version, the $75 one.
Mhm.
So
I also
But they're
just
not
like that.
they're not like, this isn't a corporate mandate that they lie to you.
No.
Yeah.
right, and I also think it's very important to point out that we didn't do any reporting on this, and this
No.
is seeing stories from places like Kotaku and IGN.
Yeah.
Um,
No, we didn't.
Secondhand.
We didn't run anything on this because, well, I didn't. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I know this was open to everybody, but I didn't bother doing anything on it because it just sounds like, I don't know. It sounds like one of those things that's so secondhand, third hand, like you were just saying, Rick. It sounds too much to actually take 100% seriously. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's me.
I agree. People are always looking for reasons to complain about GameStop.
Yep.
So,
And if I could just add something, if it's okay, I remember, I guess it was just like a while back, there were like a couple of articles floating around saying you shouldn't pre-order games and stuff.
Yeah.
But you know what? I still pre-order games because I like to support the companies, especially small companies. And
Yes.
I won't mention the company's name, but I follow them on Facebook, and they're known to make the various video games, and they actually said that pre-ordering does help support them because they're small and they use a lot of money to bring games over and licensing. So I think pre-ordering games does have its benefits. I don't think I believe that pre-ordering is totally bad. So that was just my take on
Yeah, I
it.
totally
But
agree with you, Nadia.
yeah.
I mean, that's it's. I think I don't really pre-order many games, but I think that if you do want to support a company, it's probably a good thing. I don't really see it. And even if you did pre-order like every game that you buy, so what? I don't really see that. I don't see how that's bad.
Because I even saw that on their page. They said, please pre-order because that helps support us because we're a very small company, and if we don't have enough money, we can go out of business. So
Hmm.
when I saw that from them on their official Facebook post, I think it was about a few months back, where there's like a new upcoming game coming up, and they said that they said pre-orders do help them. So that's from like the companies themselves. So I kind of just said, I'm going to keep pre-ordering games if I really want them, or to reserve my copy, or to pay it off before I get it. But it's really, I think for me, especially with the fixed income, it does help me to get the games that I want to get. So, and then the bonus part is you're supporting people that work very hard behind the scenes of getting these things to us. So, you know,
Yeah, it's just not. It's that's just one of the reasons why I like to buy new games, and anytime pirating is not my
no,
it's
Well,
not
no, nobody should
something.
be doing that.
Yeah, it's not something I like to hear
no,
people
no.
talk about.
I don't even like to talk about that either. But when I was really younger, I was like about 12, and I didn't know what pirating was, right? Because limited knowledge at that age, you don't know what's right or wrong. And I guess people still play Game Boy Advance games on the computer. I know I still do. But the newer generations like 3DS or PS Vita or PS3 or PS4, just buy your games. Just support the things that you love to do. But I guess it's a slippery slope one. That's what I'm getting at. But
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. I agree. I totally agree with you, Nadia. And it's a lot of that stuff is. I don't think sometimes people really think about stuff, and they think like, well, I'll just pirate, game X, and I won't have to pay anything for it. It'll be great. But if you don't support these industries, the industries are going to go away, and the developers will go away, especially the smaller ones and smaller
yeah.
publishers. And like you were saying,
Ow!
it's important.
Jeez.
And then of course Dylan like stabs himself or something. So
No,
there's
freaking
also that.
cat just clawed at my foot. Jeez, random.
That was
I didn't even
awesome.
see him.
He said, "Stop talking smack about GameStop."
Yeah. Your cat works for
Nice.
GameStop undercover.
Totally on the weekends.
I knew it.
Yep. That's where he goes at
Part-time
night.
sales. Yeah.
I want to say that it's fine to pre-order games, but if you're gonna pre-order from a game from like EA or whoever who has a kind of a track record of under delivering, you need to be prepared for that.
How dare you?
Yeah. Do any of you guys have any? Local video game stores
Mm,
near you?
Yes.
No.
I used to.
They're well, I wouldn't call it local for
I'm
for
not.
my
I'm not. I'm not talking. I'm not talking about like the Target. I'm talking about like locally
Small, like independently owned.
local business.
Yeah.
Yes, in Canada we have Video Games Plus. So they work online and they have two locations, which I think are in Toronto and Mississauga. So they've got those locations, but they're usually, if you guys want to order stuff from them, you guys can go ahead and do so because I think they ship to the States as well. So
Okay.
I've had a good track record with them. So that was pretty good to get like the rare games like you can't find. I go there, or if something's sold out at GameStop or EB Games, which is what it's called here.
I miss
Yeah,
EB games.
yes, yes, and yeah. So if I don't find something like at EB Games or Amazon, I would go to Video Games Plus, and they would usually have a copy or something. But some of the games there are pretty expensive, so that kind of hurts my heart. So
I have a local like no, it's not really, it's not a chain or like it's just one uh locally owned video game business for used games in Carytown in Virginia, which I occasionally go to. But do you guys remember Play and Trade?
God,
No.
Play and Trade. That sounds really familiar, but I can't
They
say
used
I do.
they used to be like the everywhere back in like 4 or 5 years ago,
Okay.
and then they just all suddenly just all of them just closed down.
Did GameStop buy them?
No.
Because that's what happened to EB here in the States when GameStop
Yeah.
bought them. They just basically shut everything down. They closed them all. And I remember in my neighborhood, I have to go back to like the 90s to mention a independently owned video game store, even remotely close to where I live, because after that they all just dried up. There's a really
Yeah.
big one in Manhattan itself called Video Games New York, which is pretty awesome. I've been there a couple of times, but it's a pain for me to get to, so I don't really go there very much. But there was an EB in my neighborhood, which was fantastic. It was the crew who worked there was great. They knew a lot of stuff. They were able to, help out with anything if I had any questions or anything like that. They were terrific. There's also at the time was a Software Etc. Then became GameStop, and I mean it's more of a in and out kind of a shop. So unfortunately, I can't really visit a local video game place because there just aren't any around here. And you'd think there would be, but there just aren't.
Yeah.
I get it.
But so hold on. So let me tell you this something that happened when Uncharted 2 came out. When was that? Well, whenever that year was, Uncharted 2 came out, and I was obviously much younger than I am now.
Okay.
But yeah, I saw Uncharted 2, and I was like, that game looks amazing. But then I realized it's called Uncharted 2 for a reason. It's the second one. And
Yes.
yeah, and I wanted to play. I wanted to go in GameStop and buy the first Uncharted game, and I went into GameStop by myself, and my parents were waiting in the car outside, and I walked into GameStop ready to buy Uncharted 1, but I couldn't find it, so I asked one of the employees, and she was trying to swindle me into purchasing Uncharted 2.
Ah,
That's
God, yeah. She was like the story doesn't really connect and everything. It's just its own standalone. I was like, no, I'm buying Uncharted 1.
Well, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, I'm sure a lot of that kind of stuff goes on.
yeah. So
You
that
know,
was just quick.
that's individuals most likely just
Yeah.
trying to make a sale and but yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. But E3, it's public.
Yeah.
Yeah, how
that's true.
weird is
E3 's public.
this?
Yeah.
It's gonna be ridiculous. I don't
Yeah.
know.
It's gonna be packed.
Yep.
Packed.
Oh,
Like PAX. Oh no, sorry.
No. Nope.
Elbows the butthole.
But yeah, that's
But-
interesting. It's very weird.
yeah, I mean, this is just so weird. Did anybody know this was coming?
Well, I follow E3 on Twitter, and they mentioned it. They were the first to mention it, of course, because they're E3 on Twitter.
Right. But
Yeah.
like before, nobody realized it was
But
coming.
like, when was this mentioned? Like, was this talked about like months
Uh,
ago?
No, they probably talked about it months ago, but they just mentioned it like a couple days ago.
Well, not internally, Dylan. I mean publicly.
No, yeah, this has been publicly announced like a couple days ago. Yeah.
Yeah, that is really odd.
Yeah.
And on the 13th, passes go on sale if anybody's thinking of going. And it's just, I don't know. It's just so strange, but okay.
All
Well, the
right.
big
it's really
European
weird.
shows are open to the public, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird though. It's just weird.
It's really weird.
How about the Nintendo?
You think they're gonna make the big pressers open to the public?
I wouldn't think so, but you know what? Actually, they probably should, or do some kind of a lottery system
Yeah.
because if you had fans going to the big pressers, I mean, they'd be like really nutty in terms of crowd noise.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so it's not a bad idea from a PR standpoint.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
It's
know. It
just
just
weird.
feels wrong, right?
Weird.
It's just so
I don't know if it feels
strange.
wrong. It's just I don't know. I think people are gonna be pretty upset. Like all the press people are gonna be upset.
Oh, they're
And
definitely
you're
gonna
probably
be
gonna
upset.
see. I don't know.
Very
You
frustrating.
won't see it so much this year, but maybe next year you'll see a lot more demos of like different games not being on the floor and being
Yeah.
played behind closed
Well,
doors.
it's just because there's a lot. It's so many. Like since it's published, it's just so many people, and not everybody. Certainly not. If they couldn't before, certainly not this time. Everybody's not going to be able to fit into one stadium or play every single game on the
I
floor.
don't know.
No,
Right.
Not at all.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
And
Yeah,
I'm sure they're going to sell out of these tickets like really fast, and they're probably going to
Mhm.
want to fit more people in it next year. And I don't know. I think this decision might like totally just change the whole face of the
Yeah.
whole conference itself.
I think you're right.
So, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, all in all, I mean, you're just putting games in front of the public, so I guess it works, right?
Hopefully, nobody riots E3.
Unless it's
No.
Riot Games.
Please don't riot E3.
I see like for example, if I see a women's rights movement outside of E3.
Well, I don't really think that would
Cheer
happen.
them on.
Let's cheer them on, yes.
The people riot anything. They find some excuse.
Yeah, the right people. The
Sure,
riot
why
right
not?
people.
The riot people.
I don't know. I'm not a rioter, so
No.
no.
Everyone buy your tickets to
Buy your
E3.
tickets now,
Or don't.
or don't, or just watch it online, like half the world,
Yeah.
or
It's tough.
more than half of the world.
So
Pretty soon
Nintendo
it'll be
announced
on
the pricing
PlayStation VR.
model.
So it'll be
Yep.
pretty cool.
And it'll just be like you're there.
Yeah.
The thing with that when people do the YouTube videos and stuff, I just can't like, I just don't know where to focus, because like my focus is on the stage, but then it wants me to look to my right at some random guy, or like behind me.
So don't look at them.
But then I'll just watch the 2D image.
There you go.
What's the purpose of it?
So don't.
Yeah.
Well, just don't then.
Yeah. You're in control, Dylan.
Why would I? Who would watch E3 and just look behind them while the stuff is happening right behind them, in front of them?
Dylan, the power is yours.
This is
Maybe they
making
want
me.
to see people's expressions.
Yeah.
We're like, did you just see that video trailer for The Guardian?
Why do
They
you think?
replayed that like 4 years in a row.
Why do you?
It
Why do you?
looks so boring.
Why
Oh.
do you? Why? Why would you? Why do you think people watch podcasts?
watch our podcast?
Listen to our podcast.
We should animate our podcast.
I love it.
Animate the podcast.
I've seen some of those. Those can be pretty funny.
Or we could do it with puppets.
Oh my god.
I like it.
All right. Somebody. I know a graphic designer. I don't know an animator.
I
Do
don't
you have
know
any
what
socks?
any of this talk is.
You're gonna record an hour long of just socks talking to each other.
Yep.
Why not?
Stop motion socks.
Yeah. I'm gonna make
Okay.
mine look like Mick Foley's.
Well, hopefully it doesn't
like it.
cost. Hopefully it doesn't cost as much as Nintendo's subscription service. Boom.
Oh, I've only been trying to talk about that for 20 minutes.
Yes.
Oh, geez, sorry.
There, I changed up topics. There we go. So, what do you guys think about this?
So it's going to be between $20 and $25 a year.
Yeah,
No. That's fair.
that's 8,000. It's 8,000 yen. I don't have that money.
Yeah, but you're not paying it.
Wait, it's only $20 to $25 a month.
Yeah,
yeah, 17.
I mean, for the year.
For the year.
What does
Yeah,
that
for-
get you?
in US dollars. We don't know yet.
Nothing.
They haven't told us.
gets you
Exactly.
enough. It gets you a handshake.
You can't imagine.
I mean,
Well,
we'll see. I don't
You
mind
get to
paying
use the eShop and buy stuff.
Yeah, right.
Oh
that.
wow!
Well, that's gonna cover.
You get to
the,
pay a
month.
ticket price to go buy digital games.
And you get a rental, a Super Nintendo rental,
That's true.
which is great.
Whoa.
Yeah, man.
Just one per month?
Just one, and then you can't play it anymore after that month.
Oh my god!
Better enjoy it.
But so the main
It's your
thing,
fills,
go,
buddy
Nintendo.
boy.
the main
Way to
thing
go,
that they're
Nintendo.
the main thing that they're doing is, I think they're releasing old games and making them free, but they're timed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I assume also the $25 a year gets you the multiplayer, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I mean, it's got to be.
Because
But
that was one of the things they said was that the multiplayer is going to be behind that wall too.
But multiplayer on Nintendo, like what multiplayer is going to be in Zelda?
Splatoon,
well, not Zelda, but Splatoon, Mario Kart.
which, by the way, not to cut you off, Eric, but
Sure.
Splatoon has a test at the end of March. If you own a Nintendo Switch, you can play in the multiplayer global test.
Really?
Yep, just saw the PR email for that like 5 minutes ago.
Global
wow. Well,
global
I guess we're gonna
test.
switch by the end of March then.
That sounds like a beta or an alpha.
No,
does.
basically.
It's a beta.
Why they call it a test?
Well, I
'Cause
mean,
it's more
not really
special.
a beta. It's really a test for the servers.
It's Nintendo. That's
I mean,
why.
betas are never betas. This beta for Honor is not a beta. This game's done, basically.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know, it's just it's a demo. It's a test. So that's fair. I'm gonna get the Switch eventually.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
what we need,
$25 a year. I mean, when you think about it, Nintendo has such a fledgling online system that I do understand the argument there, where people are like, it should be free. Okay, I get that, but it's only $25.
It's definitely
know what?
cheaper than what
Paying
we
for
pay
it
now.
It's probably going to raise the quality of it. They're using that money for something. They're not just
Right.
I mean, hopefully they're not just charging people for no reason.
Cross your fingers.
Because Xbox Live and PSN are both $60 now. PSN just raised up their price $10 up during the summer to make it $60. And I'm assuming what I was assuming is that's to make PlayStation Plus, since they're gaining an extra $10 from hundreds of people, more than hundreds.
Hundreds.
I'd
There
say
are
millions.
hundreds of us.
Yeah, they would have been out of business by now, but
Wait, are we talking about the Switch user base?
no. So,
There's
but
tens of us.
basically, what I'm thinking when they raise it up by $10, basically what I'm thinking is that they're using that money to fish in these big AAA games for PlayStation Plus and adding more features, but I'm
Right.
not sure. Nobody's sure about anything.
You'd like to think that.
I'd like to think that.
I would also like to think that.
Most people like to
But
think
again,
that.
that's what's really happening.
Hey, we got a little bit. We got Little Big Planet.
Also this week, talking
We
Nintendo,
did.
there was the handheld thing where they were talking about the 3DS and that it will coexist with the Switch. And I don't know.
I don't know how that's possible.
I do
Because the
think
Switch isn't a hardcore mobile. It's
I
a home console that can go mobile.
the thing is, I think that the 3DS will be replaced within like 2 years.
But maybe
Oh, I
they're
agree with that, but not by
but maybe they're advertising it wrong then if they want to keep it like that, because I saw a trailer of it and there was a kid that woke up and he woke up next to his Nintendo Switch on his nightstand and he just picked it up and started playing. I'm like, you can do that with any mobile thing.
Well, right, but I mean, it's in the house still.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can.
I mean, you could have showed that same. You could have shown that same commercial with the Wii U.
No,
Well-
no. I know you. I wouldn't say that because he's playing it. He's playing Zelda as soon as he wakes up, and it's not connected to his console. Well,
Yeah,
the
but I'm saying
thing.
with the Wii U, it's the same thing.
Yeah,
What do you
sort of, Eric,
It's all
because I
TV
mean,
play.
I remember that. A lot of people saying that, but like my gamepad, the range is it's not going to reach from the living room to the bedroom, and I've tried it; it doesn't. So,
Well, right, but we're talking about from the bed on the nightstand. That's what I mean. I'm not talking about even being across the house. We're saying you wake up and you start playing.
yeah,
But you still need a TV screen for that.
No, you don't. Not if it's just
No.
the gamepad.
yeah,
So anyway, my point is just that I have not seen this marketed as a handheld replacement at all, and I've seen a lot of people have trouble with that it's
Mhm.
not outright replacing the 3DS. So, and I've never thought that. I don't know if that's just me or the marketing's failing or what, but I've never thought that personally.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we'll definitely see in the future because Nintendo likes to talk about their consoles a lot, even their older ones that didn't work as well, Virtual Boy. But
Hey.
they still like to talk. They still like to talk about their old consoles. They don't like to keep it in quiet.
When's the last
Well-
time they mentioned the Virtual Boy?
There was just recently. I watched a video with Reggie Fils-Aimé talking about the Virtual Boy.
Oh, okay.
I will talk about the Virtual Boy. I like Virtual Boy.
Well, technically, you own Virtual Boy 5.0 in your house, so.
Well, I also have Virtual Boy 1.0 in the original box.
Jesus.
That's cool.
Is it red? Is it red or green?
It's red.
They came out with a green one.
Bull. They did not.
All right, guys. What are we
Mario
playing?
Land is really good, by the way.
You play tennis?
Yeah, it's not that great. Wario Land is good.
Okay.
What do you guys think? What are you guys playing?
I'm playing Double Dragon 4 right now. I'm coming out with a review here soon. I'm writing it right now. It is pretty not good. Not good.
Wow,
Excellent.
really?
Not good.
I'm surprised. It
I've
looks
never-
great.
It does look
Wow.
great, but once you play it, it's too. I don't want to talk about too much, so we can do it on our next podcast. But it's too reliant on the old Nintendo ways. Like when I was thinking about Double Dragon, I was thinking that they were, because this game is bought by a new studio that bought Double Dragon's rights in 2015. Yes,
Mhm.
I'm gonna say that. And do you guys remember Double Dragon Neo?
Yeah, Neon. I loved it.
Neon, yeah. People, like, I thought, and most people thought, that it was gonna be related to that in an updated version, but they relied on too much of Nintendo, the original Nintendo system, and the mechanics can be very frustrating, and the main menu is just whack up for me. The only good part so far, I'm really like steadily enjoying, but is the tower. They have a tower system in the game where it's like 100 towers, and you have to fight people on each floor, and you have 3 rooms that you can select. And so after you fight everybody in that area, it pops up 3 rooms, and you get to select which room you want to go to. And then you go up to the room, fight the next floor, and then you pick one of the 3 doors again, and each door is different. And each boss, there's a boss, there may be 1 or 2 bosses in each room, or just a group of enemies you have to fight. But I had I had enormous amount of time trying to play the game by myself, because the controls were really bad, and I had to get my brother to help me do local co-op to beat the story mission, because Jesus,
Wow.
when you first play it, you get 5 lives when you're playing single player, but when you're playing 2-player, you get 7 lives. And when I tried doing it by myself, when I tried playing the game by myself, I would try to I'll try to use 7 lives. So I do local co-op, and there's a mode in local co-op where you can fight each other. You can take damage off each other. So I would kill the second player and try to use the mission with a full 7 lives by myself. And I'll try to do that. And as soon as I get to the area, the game glitches and drags my body across the screen. It's like possession. It's so weird.
That's exciting.
Yeah, and so I had to get my brother to help me freaking finish Double Dragon. But yeah, it's kind of sad that it's not good.
Well,
Yeah.
I love the original NES games, so I'm disappointed to hear that it's not that great. But oh well.
Right. How about you, Jason? What are you playing?
I'm still playing Titanfall 2,
Nice.
and
You finished the story?
no, not yet. And what else am I playing? Playing something else. Oh, King of Fighters. I just picked up the latest King of Fighters, so I'm going to start that.
Cool. How about you, Rick?
I am playing Wolfenstein.
Oh,
Yeah.
which one?
The New Blood? Yeah, New Blood.
New Blood, cool.
So
Yeah.
the DLC.
Yeah.
Or Old Blood.
Old Blood.
What do you think of
I'm
it so
still
far?
breaking out of prison. It's pretty fun.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's such
I
a
like
great
it.
game.
It's fun.
Yeah, and
It's
I like
hard.
the whole World War II aesthetic too with Old Blood.
Did you played you played New Order?
No, I haven't yet. I'm gonna play that.
Great game.
Yeah,
It's
you
great.
need to, you gotta play that.
I will.
Yeah, you'll like it.
Even though the Old Blood is a standalone thing and it's DLC, of course it's not going to have as much as the New Order, but definitely you need to play the New Order.
That's the plan.
Yeah,
good.
it's I'm actually doing a I should have mentioned this. I'm actually doing a re playthrough of the game, because I was like, you know what, I need a game that I just want to kill stuff in.
Nice.
Oh, there you go.
How about you, Nadia?
That's not disturbing at all.
Thanks.
For me, I haven't been playing too many new games at all. Just like revisiting my old libraries, and because I get nostalgic, now and again. So I would want to pop in like an old game that I've already beaten, and I'm revisiting my 3DS library. So there's quite a lot there, and that's basically what I've been doing. Nothing new.
Gotcha. Cool.
Well, retro is hot, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's not?
New stuff.
Double Dragon 4. Yeah, that's the minority. Like, isn't new? Like, it's just made to look old, but does that count as retro? I mean,
No, I wouldn't say so.
No, it does not.
it could probably fit. To be honest, it could probably fit on a NES cartridge. And
Or a Switch cartridge.
And the trophies in the game, you can obviously tell they didn't care. Like, I wouldn't say they didn't fully 100%. I wouldn't say they definitely didn't care about the trophies, though. Let's just say that in the game, because the trophies in the game is basically you have to beat the story mission on every single character and go through every single stage in the game, and they're just not that creative. They're just not the trophies. I'm saying the trophies aren't that creative. They're just, yeah.
All right.
I digress.
Okay.
All right. I think that's about it, guys.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Cool.
As always, it's me, Eric. Rick?
Thanks for listening, everybody. You can find me on Twitter at DocBrown303. Have a great day, everyone.
Dylan?
Hey, guys. This is goodbye. You can find me at Twitter at Dylan's Legos.
Nadia?
Hey guys, well, it was great to be here. And for those that are in Canada right now, stay safe during the snowstorm that's outside. So take care. Have a good week.
And Jason?
Yep.
That's it.
Yep, that's my name.